So before we get into today's topic, I wanted to paint you guys a little bit of a picture. Imagine you post something online, just like a short 10-second little snippet of you singing or whatever, and then someone else decides to take that, throw that shit into an AI bot. It fumbles around with whatever it has and comes out with this banger song, and they post said banger song on the internet, gets thousands of views, and they earn revenue on it. Now, should you be able to copyright that? Now, that is the big question for today, as I'm talking about here that YouTube is starting to test this AI tool that clones pop stars' voices. Now, I don't know if, at least right now, they're just doing pop stars' voices, but I don't know if that's gonna extend to like other people's voices. But I do know right now that these artists have already agreed and consented to this thing, so it's not a huge deal on that part, but it just raises this huge question of like, where is AI going? Like, what are gonna be the rules behind it? Because I have seen that YouTube is gonna start labeling videos that are made with AI just with some sort of tag that shows you that it's made with AI. This can get very confusing very fast. It's honestly more convoluted than the Dark Souls 2 campaign, because I mean, if anybody can make these songs with different pop stars' voices, who gets to copyright the music? Is it the person who made the lyrics and just used their voice and like made the AI audio, like drum tracks and guitar tracks, like the music for it, and then they just used their voices for just like some vocals because they didn't want to use their own? Or does the person whose voice is actually in the music get to copyright it? So it gets really confusing, and it becomes a huge shit show in my opinion of like, what is happening here? Like, how did we even get here? And this is a really weird turn. I mean, it makes sense. I just didn't think AI would go this far, but it's kind of interesting, so I just kind of wanted to go over it. So I have this first article that is kind of explaining the whole AI thing here. Right now, they have 9 artists who allowed their voice to be cloned by the software, and so right now only about 100 creators in the US has been given access to this tool. And so what they want to do is like basically one up TikTok and say like, we have something that you don't, just flopping their dick on the table, like making TikTok take the L on this one. Basically what they want is for you to type in like, oh, I want this to happen or whatever. Like, I want this song that says this kind of lyrics, and it'll just create that for you. So you can have literally any type of song that your creative brain can come up with. They'll have it, because it's AI generated, like it's infinite, technically infinite. I don't think TikTok has anything like this. At least I know Google is like one of the biggest companies in the world, so obviously they'll be able to one up almost anyone. But they've released, YouTube has released 2 tracks so far, one with Charlie Puth and one with T-Pain. We'll check these out. See, also, I don't know if by me showing this, I'm gonna get copyrighted for showing this, so I'll probably not show very much of it, because it is like a very gray area. Like, I've never seen more of a gray area than AI technology, because everyone's like, what the fuck is it? Like, does a copyright go to the AI bot? Like, it doesn't even have a mind of its own, so I don't know, but we'll take a look at these tracks real quick. All right, here we go.
Baby, we've got nothing in common, but I know that I'm what you've been wanting.
All right, so that was That was the Charlie Puth one. That one was alright, but they have one of T-Pain, and oh my god, this one's pretty rough. This one, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like it's rougher than sandpaper.
I woke up in a sunshine state.
Ooh, yeah, that was rough, especially the beginning, like him doing like the oh, it's very rough. But the thing I like most about what they're doing, I don't really like the using artist voices to have them say different lyrics and shit. But they are making this other technology where you can record yourself humming a melody, and then the AI will like basically make that melody into a beat. So you could say like, oh, I want a drum track that sounds like boom 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 or whatever. That was pretty fucking horrible, but you get the point. Like you just hum some sort of melody and then say like, I want a drum track that sounds like this. And then it creates one, which is really cool actually. So like you don't even need to know how to do anything musically really, as long as you can hum halfway decent. At least more than me. I'm kind of sick also, so that doesn't help. But so yeah, this is what I was talking about. The result feels like a low quality MP3. I would say that's pretty accurate. It sounds like the AI is just trying to like make the person happy, like it's serving its queen and it's not doing a good job. It's gonna be sent down to the depths, into the prison to be detained. Like it is just not working at its full capacity. And Puth's voice sounds smudged with consonants that are occasionally muddied. Yeah, especially like the T-Pain one sounds really bad to me. So I think AI has come a long way, but I think it has a long way to go as well. I don't think it's quite ready to stand on its own two legs. It's like an 8-month-old little baby. Like it can kind of stand sometimes when you hold him up, but then as soon as you let go, he might take a step and fall down, and that's okay. I think it's kind of cool that it can kind of do this now, but it definitely doesn't have that human feel or whatever. It sounds very cold, like a dusty old basement. It's just really cold and not warming to listen to. It doesn't sound like a human at all. It's like, I would imagine that that would be like some alien trying to like blend in with humans. And so he makes that track and was like, oh yeah, this is this is like how humans sing. And everyone's like, no, like, no, buddy. So then this article also goes on to say, at this initial phase, the experiment is designed to help explore how the technology could be used to create deeper connections between artists and creators and ultimately their fans, which I think is complete utter nonsense. I think he's pulling that straight out of his ass. I don't know where he got that from, because honestly, like, using this technology feels very distant to me, because it feels very low effort. Like you didn't do anything, you know? You got signed to like a major record deal with doing nothing. You just put your voice onto some AI shit. You didn't, like, the most you did was come up with lyrics, and then you copied someone else's voice and just pasted it on top. And so I don't know, that just doesn't feel like it would create a deeper connection. I could understand if like you can't sing very well, and that's fine. I don't know if you would really pop off from creating AI covers. And this was what I was talking about earlier with the tags of stuff that's created in AI, because YouTube had announced it would start alerting viewers when they're watching a video made with AI, which I think is fine. Like, I don't really care either way. It's just kind of another metric. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. I guess I would only see it mattering if the actual musical artist used AI of himself or whatever, or herself, to create the music, and then you could be like, oh, the fucking lazy ass used AI. But other than that, I could care less if a video is made in AI. Like, odds are it's probably not gonna be better than something that was made by actual people, because whatever you think, AI definitely is not better than humans. Sure, it's like, oh, faster and whatever, but like you saw the evidence right there, like it created the tracks in 0 seconds, but do they sound good? Not really. It's horrible, and someone who like actually spent time doing the thing is gonna sound a lot better. In April, Universal Music successfully petitioned streaming services to remove a song called Heart on My Sleeve, which used AI generated vocals from their artist Drake and The Weeknd. And then they continued to say the training of generative AI using our artists' music was a violation of copyright law. Although that petition has not been tested in court, it remains a legal gray area. So that's one huge can of worms that I see with this thing, is the copyright. So obviously the 9 artists, Alec Benjamin, Charlie Puth, Charlie XCX, Demi Lovato, John Legend, Papoose, Sia, T-Pain, and Troye Sivan. Apologies if I messed that up, but they all like consented to this, so it's fine. But people who don't consent to this, it's kind of like a huge gray area. Like, do they own the copyright to that because it's their voice? And so it just gets so murky, like it's murkier than the waters of Louisiana. And it is so hard to tell, like, who gets the money. Like, I don't know. It's such a murky thing. When I was first approached by YouTube, I was cautious and still am. And I agree with you, Charlie. That is not something that is like easy to go into, because they can absolutely do you dirty, like T-Pain. It is so hard to think about where this is even going and what will happen in the future. It's just a crazy time for AI. I think this is only gonna pose a bigger problem, at least in like the music industry, and I think people are gonna use more and more AI stuff. I can understand the AI like drum tracks and guitar, bass tracks and whatever. Other than that, I can't really see the thing in vocal AI, but yeah, that was about all I wanted to share. So let me know what you guys think, and don't forget to smash like, subscribe, check out Patreon, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.